Hey guys, get ready with me to talk about the craziest thing that happened at school today. Okay, so I've always wanted to make one of these get ready with me videos while girls talk about crazy stuff while they do their hair or their makeup or their skincare or whatever. And I've never had anything crazy to talk about. But today, guys, let me tell you, I do. So, um, I'm finally doing it. So, to preface, I am a theology and journalism major at the university, and we were learning about some crazy things at school today that I just really felt the need to share with you guys. Crazy is a little relative, not crazy in a bad way, but crazy in a way of like, I wasn't expecting this. So, I want to talk to you guys about this church. It's called the Musama Disco Cristo Church. It's translated as the Army of the Cross of Christ Church. This is a church that is founded by the prophet Joseph Apifah in Africa, which Western Africa in Ghana. It was founded in the 1920s. Now, this church is different than most because they actively practice the Hebrew law, which is not really commonly heard of because most Christians believe in the New Testament, New Covenant, and like Jesus says, we get rid of the law. But these people don't. They believe in the Hebraic law so heavily that they have an Ark of the Covenant in their church. They had a Holy of Holies. Um, they even practice animal sacrifices. Their priests draw crosses on their heads, wear the robes, and everything. Um, and this also beckons to sort of like the African culture around them, which is why they probably practice this law more so than we do. And also, side note, forgot to mention, some of these other churches take the law even more further, and they believe in Saturday Sabbath. They only call God Jehovah and practice dietary laws, which mainly is no pork. Okay, now on to hair. Okay, so let's talk about what they believe. Basically, these churches are Old Covenant. I broke this moose. Churches, but they also have a lot of influences from other Protestant traditions that a lot of people forget about. One of these main ones are Methodism because their founder was disbanded from the Methodist Church, and also Catholicism, just because of the culture that they're around. And a lot of these are seen through their baptism, their hymnals that they use with the fontes, their communion, and just the layout of their churches. They also believe in election. Um, and one of the things that back on the Old Testament kind of mm, separates them from a lot of other churches is the way that they view their leader. Okay, now it's hair dryer time. I'm about to use my shark hair dryer, so I'll be right back. And just enough time to shake. This is so cool. Okay, so like I was saying, their leader is a prophet, and because they believe in the Old Covenant, they kind of viewed their leader as Moses. He led the followers from where they were to the establishment of a new town. It's called New Mazzano, which is their promised land. They also believe that their king has divine right, which is not really heard of, but it is heard of in the Old Testament. They believe that the Holy Spirit chooses them. But this church also has a lot of African influence in their churches outside of just Hebrew. They believe in polygamy allowed. They have the chief in the royal structure. They have African music, the local vernacular, and even approach questions of faith through an African lens in order to better serve their people. Okay, so I finished the rest of my hair off film. Oh, because I'm gonna be late for this class. But I wanted to finish by saying that MDCC isn't the only church in Africa that is like this. There are others. Some of them don't practice Sabbath, some of them do, some of them don't do dietary laws, some of them do. But the overall consensus is that your faith doesn't lie in the Old Testament law. Okay, I'm about to be late for class. I've really enjoyed this time that we've had together. So come back next time and we'll talk in part two about enculturation and that fine line between faith and culture, especially seen at these churches. Okay, bye!